Good afternoon and welcome here to Lanlera GA Club in Louth. This is what is in effect, it's a group game, but it is in effect a TG4 All-Ireland Junior Championship quarter-final clash, straight knockout between Fermanagh and Carlow. Both these sides drawn in the same group as championship favourites Wicklow. They both played the Garden County already. They both come away second best in those particular games, but as it happens, Fermanagh, by virtue of their slightly narrower defeat, with two teams going through, they need at least a draw out of this match. For Carlow, it's a very, very simple equation today. It is win or out. Welcome here. My name is Kevin Egan. I want to say my thanks to MMC Streaming for looking after us here today. This is all in association with TG4 and the LGFA, who are making great strides to bring all these games to all you supporters out there all across the country. As we said, a very, very strange situation at the moment that people can't attend matches. We hope that this will help bring the action to you, that you can still keep an eye on your heroes, that you can still keep an eye on your county's progress. And I'll say to you all listening, I hope you get the result you're looking for, even though I know at least 50% of you are going to be disappointed. We'll start by taking you through the teams here now. And we'll kick off with the Carlow side, which is largely backboned by players from the old Leckland club. Backboned by players from the old Leckland club, who again retained the Carlow County Championship this year, and they were ready to play a Leinster Intermediate Club final before we got into the second lockdown 2.0, as it were. So, in goals, we have Nicole Hanley, one of the players from that club. Her sister, Amy Hanley, lines out at right corner back. Anne Roach is the team captain. She'll be an absolute. They need her to be an absolute rock at full back. She'll have a hugely important role up against Emer Smith, who's the danger player in the Fermanagh attack. Una Fitzpatrick, left corner back. Half back line, very, very mobile, very, very strong line for Carlow. Niamh Murphy on the right, Antoinette Dowling on the left, and Ellen Atkinson at centre back. Clean O'Shea, Trinity College student, studying maths. She lines out at midfield alongside Caoimhe O'Neill, who's a fantastic footballer and fantastic basketball player. There's been an awful lot of crossover between those two sports down the years, and sure enough, there's another excellent exponent of the two there in Caoimhe O'Neill. Half forward line, Maria Kinsella of Nafina, Rachel Sawyer, centre forward, dual player, footballer and hurler, and then Even Gilmartin on the right wing. She'll be again a player that they'll look to for a strong contribution. Plays with the UCD O'Connor Cup team. Very, very impressive footballer. Then inside forward line, there's youth and there's scoring power here in Sarah Doyle and Niamh Kelly in the corners, with Niamh Ford at full forward. Now the Fermanagh side, largely it's pretty much the same team. I think we've 13 starters here of the side that lost last year's junior final to Louth. Not much turnover, so Johnny Garrity will be hoping that they can go one step better this year, but that all has to start here today in Dunleer. Shauna Murphy in goals. Shannon McQuaid, Aaron Murphy and Molly McGloin make up the full back line. Katie Boyle lines out a right wing back. She was crowned the Fermanagh Herald Fermanagh Herald, I should say, Fermanagh's Young Ladies Player of the Year there during the week at their award ceremony. She lines out a right wing back, and there's a change at centre back. The player who was named as captain, Courtney Murphy, and she was there for the throw-in, but I've been told she doesn't start, and instead Sarah Jane Jones lines out at the centre of defence, though obviously we'll have to check positions when the players line out. Sarah McCarville at left wing back. Midfield, again, very, very mobile, likes to carry the ball as opposed to necessarily pure power in Roisin O'Reilly and Aoife Flanagan. And then up front is where Fermanagh are particularly strong. Wing forwards, again, changes from the teams that were sent in. Laura Grew and Aisling Maguire. Laura Grew wearing 19 and Aisling Maguire wearing 28. Blaheen Bogue will operate as playmaker at centre forward, and the real danger is in close at the full forward line. In particular, Joanne Doonan. Anyone with any interest in ladies football knows all about Joanne Doonan. She's a very, very well respected player, was drafted out by Carlton to play Australian rules last year. Played 2 games out there. She lines out on the right. Emer Smith at full forward, absolutely devastating player. Emer Smith, really effective attacker. She's only 19 years of age and already one of the most promising talents in ladies football. And then Aisling O'Brien, top of the left, another young and up and coming talent. So we're getting ready to go here today. Referee Kieran McKeever is going to take charge of this afternoon's fixture, and he throws in the ball, which is contested in midfield, and Fermanagh come up with it through Roisin O'Reilly. She looks for the long ball forward. Already we're looking for Emer Smith, devastating attacker. She looked to get onto her right foot. She's on her right foot, goes off the outside of the boot, but pushes it wide of the target. We have the first wide of the game from the Fermanagh inside forward. Waiting on the restart here with Shauna Murphy, or with Nicole Hanley, I should say, about to take the kick out. Nicole Hanley goes back to Niamh Ford. Now, Niamh Ford dropped, she was named at full forward, but she dropped back to midfield for the throw-in, so it'll be interesting to see if she continues there, and that's great tackling from the Fermanagh full forward line. They put huge pressure on Niamh Murphy there. She had absolutely nowhere to go with the ball, and it ended up being a case of a turnover, and now a free in for Fermanagh, and you would expect that Emer Smith will get a chance to get off the mark with this one. Instead, she goes short. She's looking for Joanne Doonan. Quick return, steps inside. Instead, goes onto the left foot. It looks like she likes it. She does like it. Why wouldn't she like it? It's straight between the posts, and we have the first score of the game from Emer Smith of Fermanagh. So we're a good start for the Erin County here. They've got off with the first score of the game. Now, if you can't see, you might be able to see the sideline flags here. It's a reasonably fresh breeze, which is favouring Carlow in the first half. They'll definitely feel like they'll want to take a lead into the break. But not happening for them so far, and they've lost that contest for possession at midfield. It's going to be Aisling Maguire here standing over a free kick. And again, Fermanagh get the chance to build again and try and build up a second attack. Like I said, wind favouring Carlow here in the first half. Substantial enough breeze, but obviously, of course, that depends on what way the two teams will want to play. Carlow, from what they've done so far, they would play a little bit more kicking football. Fermanagh a lot happier to run the ball. They have some very, very good ball carriers, and one of them here, Blaheen Bogue, in possession. Again, she goes inside looking for Emer Smith, gets in between two tacklers, shot coming in, but that's well dealt with by Nicole Hanley. Well done, Nicole Hanley. Can she get the ball away? She can. Anne Roach takes possession, and now out to Caoimhe O'Neill. So now, Carlow with a chance. Their first meaningful possession of the game. What can they do with it? Sarah Doyle here on the run. She wins the free over underneath the shadow of the stand. And Carlow get the chance to rebuild. Kieran McKeever just bringing that free forward, actually. So now we're coming up for, we're maybe about 55 metres out from goal. So a chance to try and connect with the full forward line and see if we can get any good possession inside to those attackers. Long ball coming in, and it's Clean O'Shea, who's she's actually gone in for full forward in a straight swap with Niamh Ford. What can Fermanagh do here now? Or what can Carlow do here now, I should say, on the ball? What can Fermanagh do to stop them? Niamh Ford now carrying the ball, but she's going very, very wide. There's an advantage coming here. Kieran McKeever has his arm outstretched, and sure enough, that's a free for Carlow, but it'll be a tricky angle. And it looks like Clean O'Shea is going to come out to take it here. Definitely, she looks like she's standing over as if she's going to kick it with the right boot. That's a very tough right-footed kick from here, but we'll see how she fares with it. The run being made from Antoinette Dowling. She's gone across the goal. It looks like that might drift out wide. No, it's not necessarily going to go wide. It's being chased down here. Being well won in the corner by Maria Kinsella. Maria Kinsella tries to cut in, tries to narrow the angle, feeds it back towards Antoinette Dowling. Antoinette Dowling takes a touch of the ball, feeds it back out towards Evie Gilmartin. Evie Gilmartin, she's fouled, and this will be a much better opportunity. Maybe 15 metres wide of the posts. A much closer range kick. Far more advantageous for Clean O'Shea. Stands over the kick. The breeze, I'd say it's also blowing in from that side of the ground, so she'll want to start it wide. Sure enough, straight between the posts. Excellent kick, and Fermanagh and Carlow are now back on level terms, 1 point each. 4 minutes gone here at Lanlera GA Club in Louth. Long kick out now coming from Shauna Murphy. She's going deep. She's looking towards Katie Boyle. Instead, it's won by Roisin Riley. Fermanagh take possession back inside now towards Aisling O'Brien, who's dropped deep. They're leaving as much room inside for their two danger players. I see a little pull of the jersey on Emer Smith inside, but play continues. Is it Joanne Doonan here now? It had the kick of Joanne Doonan. I can't quite identify her number. No, it was actually Blaheen Bogue there. Excellent right-footed kick, but that was a good quick move from Fermanagh. got the ball up the field quickly. Very, very impressive movement there. If they can keep transitioning the ball from defence to attack like that, they'll be very, very hard stop. Nicole Hanley with the long restart. Well won by Evie Gilmartin. Already you can see she's one of the dominant players on this side, having a huge influence. Looks for the long ball down. Well won by Rachel Sawyer. Rachel Sawyer, ball inside towards Clean Inishe. Clean Inishe, right-footed shot, bottom corner. Excellent finish. That's a huge boost to Carlow right there. It all started. Excellent long kick out from Nicole Hanley. Well won by Evie Gilmartin at midfield. Now, she probably shouldn't have been afforded that much space at midfield, is the other side of that, but she used the ball well. Ball inside. Rachel Sawyer didn't gather it at the first attempt, but she got it at the second attempt, and once that happened, Fermanagh were in trouble. Ball inside and an absolutely inch-perfect finish. Really good finish from Clean Inishe. So that's her second score of the game, and it's a big one. Goal and a point to Carlow, 2 points to Fermanagh. Fermanagh back on the attack. Blaheen Bogue split the posts a minute ago. Will she get another one? Instead, this ball is worked inside. It's a Fermanagh goal chance. That's a stunning save. Laura Grew with the Fermanagh shot, but a brilliant save by Nicole Hanley to make sure they didn't give away that goal straight away. The ball was worked inside. It was an excellent scoring chance. Possibly kicked at a good height for the keeper, but at the same time, you still got to put yourself in the right position. You still got to stand big, you got to be strong, get your arms out there, and Nicole Hanley did all of that to make sure that Carlow retained their lead. Rather harsh over-carrying call there on Sarah Doyle. So it's going to be a free in for Fermanagh here, maybe about 50-55 metres out from goal. And it's Roisin O'Reilly going to stand over it. Roisin O'Reilly, there's a lot of Carlow sweepers back there. Fermanagh are pushed quite wide, so they're going to have to work this slowly and try and get the ball inside. Joanne Doonan, she certainly won't be shy about carrying the ball. Works it onto her right foot. Has she curled it in enough? She hasn't. She's just pushed it a little bit wide of the target. Definitely, there's no shortage of scores in Joanne Doonan. I was looking up the report there from the Fermanagh Ladies County Final. Finished 111 to 10 points in favour of her club, Kinawley. All 11 points coming from Joanne Doonan in that particular game. Phenomenal feat of scoring in that occasion. So definitely there is scoring power in this Fermanagh team. Powerful run there from Aisling Maguire. She goes straight through the middle, looking to either draw free or get her shot away. She goes to ground. Looks like it's being signalled for a free in. That's the kind of good direct running you love to see from your wing forward there. Coming onto the ball at pace, flat hand pass. Very, very hard stop that when you get ahead of steam up. And you'd have to say you'd expect Emer Smith to be able to finish this one, even allowing for the wind. Emer Smith, sure enough, straight between the posts. Right over, I would normally say the black spot. In this occasion, it's actually blue, but same net effect. Point for Fermanagh, 3 points to Fermanagh, 1-1 to Carlow. But we restart here again, and that's well won by Sarah Doyle. Sarah Doyle feeds that hand pass outside towards Niamh Ford, and now we're looking for the long ball, but that's very, very well read by Sarah Jane Jones. Another very, very young, talented footballer on this Fermanagh side. Ball worked out here now towards the sideline, towards Shannon McQuaid. Sarah McCarville now. This is the type of running play that they like to take on here in Fermanagh. They like to carry the ball, and certainly Joanne Doonan will be happy to do that. Emer Smith pulls kind of out from the full forward position. The room is left there for Blaheen Bogue to run inside. Doesn't quite gather at the first attempt though. And sure enough, Carlow were able to clear with Ellen Atkinson. That's a big win. Carlow need to get more possession here. They've got 2 scores from 2 attacks, a goal and a point. You certainly can't fault their efficiency, but they're going to have to find a way to get a little bit more possession for themselves, because having the wind at your backs and having dangerous forwards is of no use if the ball is always at the other end of the field in the possession of the opposition. Good work there from Niamh Murphy. Now, can she pick out a colleague here? She could come out to this side, and sure enough she does, to Maria Kinsella. Well won by Maria Kinsella. Under pressure here from Shannon McQuaid. Feeds the ball back inside towards Evie Gilmartin. That's a good long ball again. Again looking for, is it Clean Niche or is it Rachel Sawyer? Ball fed back out from Sawyer to Niche. Probably not the ball she wanted, but Niche now She won't give up possession easily. She is a strong physical player. She's well able to hold possession in there. Back out towards Rachel Sawyer. And again, we're going to reset here through Evie Gilmartin. Carlow now. Can they change the point of the attack? They don't really have anyone in the full forward position. They're all very, very wide. Instead, hand pass worked inside. Good run here from Niamh Kelly. Will she cut inside? But the soft ground kind of undone her a little bit there. The hop didn't come up as she would have liked. Didn't come up off the ground. She wins the free instead, though. But possibly would have been an outside goal chance there if she'd been able to cut through. But we've had an awful lot of rain the last couple of days. This pitch has hosted a lot of important Ladies' Championship matches over the last couple of weeks. Fermanagh, this is their second outing here. Their 9 points to 1-2 defeat to Fermanagh, or to Wicklow last weekend was played here. And there was definitely a lot more zip in the ground on that occasion. Clean O'Shea stands over the free. She's kicked 1 point from a free already. She's now added a second. 1-2 to 3 points. I was walking it as I came out, and safe to say it's very, very soft. If it was in racing parlance, you'd be looking for a good high knee action from your jumpers to get across the fences in this particular ground. So we'll have to see who has the running style, who can keep going through it here. Fermanagh with the free at midfield, taken by Aoife Flanagan, but again, Kieran McKeever draws it back, and we're going to reset and go again. But yeah, very, very soft ground underfoot. Probably good from an injuries point of view, but there's no question now. You'll feel it in the muscles after playing an hour of hard championship football out there. So certainly fitness will be a factor in this. There'll be a lot of ball carrying on heavy ground. You'll feel it in the legs. Whoever's still full of energy in the last 15 minutes will be in a very, very strong position, because already we would have said before the start this looked like a competitive fixture. Fermanagh maybe would have had a slight advantage based on last year's form and everything, but Carlow have shown potential, so they'll definitely feel they can go close. They can't give space like that to Bláithín Bogue. That's a missed opportunity from the centre forward. She'll be disappointed with that. Now, that was a very, very good chance. It's 3 scores each. 1-2 to Carlow, 3 points to Fermanagh, but Fermanagh have added 3 wides onto that. But like I said, Fermanagh, based on last year's form, would feel very, very happy. Joanne Doonan here now wins that kick out, tries to flick it in towards Bláithín Bogue, goes in behind towards Bogue, steps inside her marker. Low shot from Bogue, absolutely perfect finish. Right across into the corner of the net, gave the goalkeeper no chance whatsoever. And that punches Fermanagh right back into the lead, 1-3 to 1-2. That's a huge score. Joanne Doonan again showing her influence there, picked up the kick out at midfield, and lovely awareness, lovely ball inside. Joanne Bogue, she'd stepped just enough away from her marker, Ellen Atkinson, giving herself a little bit of space. That meant that Atkinson, she fell for the dummy at the first step. She was kind of wrong-footed, having lost sight of her marker at that stage, and that left her little or no chance. Rachel Sawyer now trying to carry the ball in. That's a lovely little toe tap. Ball tackle from behind, but Sawyer makes... that is a fantastic response. She was tackled from behind. Little touch of the arm meant the ball was spilled. Sawyer didn't knock a spot off her. Ball drops to the ground. She says, fine, I can't score a Gaelic football goal. You want me to score a soccer goal? That's grand. I can do that too. Low finish underneath Shauna Murphy, and Carlow are right back in front. It is all happening here. What is next? I'll tell you, there's no room to breathe here so far. 2-2 to 1-3. Carlow again on the attack. I would say that's probably a fair call from Kieran McKeever. It looked like the Carlow runner jumped into the tackle there. I'm not sure from here who it is. I think it could have been Evie Gilmartin, sure enough. And now Fermanagh will kind of reset. Again, Sarah McCarville coming onto possession out on this side. She's picked up 3 or 4 balls like this. This is definitely something they'll look to do. Good low ball in here. Bounce didn't run kindly for Bláithín Bogue. Again, they're just going to have to get used to that. This is absolutely winter football here today now. And I suppose what else can we expect at this stage in November? Emer Smith looking to try and connect with Roisin O'Reilly on the far side. Roisin O'Reilly back inside to Smith. She tries to dummy off the right foot. She possibly could have taken the shot straight away, but it doesn't matter. We're going to come back for a free, and you would expect that Fermanagh would score this free. No, this is absolutely, don't let the scoring deceive you. These are very, or the blue skies across over the background here. Don't let that deceive you. It is cold. The ground underneath is wet. This is very, very much winter football. Now, like I said, a lot of this Carlow team would have been expecting to play winter football with their club anyway. They came very, very close last year. I actually watched Old Lecklen play Leinster Intermediate Championship semi-final against my home club, Naomh Ciarán. very, very competitive game in Fermanagh. And Naomh Kieran obviously went on to win the All-Ireland from there, I'm very, very delighted to say. So Old Lecklen will feel that if that form line is anything to go by, they can make huge, huge strides themselves. So based on that, this is a Carlow group backboned by that Old Lecklen side that will feel that they can make huge progress themselves. Junior football hasn't been a happy hunting ground for Carlow ladies football, it has to be said, but they have a nice bit of balance in this side. They have a lot of young and up and coming players. There's not too many weak links out there. Nobody that you'd say, okay, there's somebody that's still a good bit away from being the finished article. For a junior championship side, they have a reasonable bit of depth, and they'll hope to bring that to bear here. That's a lovely ball inside from Sarah Doyle into Rachel Sawyer. Ball worked out here now. Left-footed shot from Sawyer. Oh, that's a lovely finish. That is an utterly fantastic finish. Normally a right-footed kicker, switched on to her left, realised she had to improvise there, and she did exactly what she needed to do. So, 2-3 Carlow, 1-4 to Fermanagh, just 2 points in it. Carlow with the win behind them, and we go to the water break. This one is very, very finely poised. It's very, very close out here. We would have said it coming into it. I know, again, like I said, the scoreline, Carlow really struggled a little bit against Wicklow in the first game, but it wouldn't be a huge surprise. I mean, like that, Fermanagh have a bit more. There's a lot of this Fermanagh team would have had experience of playing intermediate championship football in the last couple of years. Like I said, there hasn't been a huge amount of turnover. I make it 13 players that 12 players from this Fermanagh team also started last year's junior final defeat to Louth. So this is a Fermanagh team that has been around the block a little bit. They have a little bit of experience, plenty of youth there too, but in general it's an experienced team that has a bit of football behind them. They'll feel that they definitely can go one step further this year. Carlow, on the other hand, they've struggled to break free in the junior ranks for the last while. They haven't really got to play opposition of that calibre. And as we touched on last week, Wicklow's relegation to this year's junior championship was something of a surprise. Most people would have said that they probably weren't quite championship contenders at intermediate, not up with the kind of the Meads, Clares, Laois, those kind of teams. But at the same time, they wouldn't have been seen as relegation fodder either, and it was a bit of a surprise last year when a Leitrim side that hadn't really got themselves together kind of pulled them together for that game and condemned Wicklow to relegation. So Wicklow would be the strongest of favourites for this junior championship. But these two sides will both feel that if they get a chance to play the Garden County again, they can learn from what happened before and they can try and improve on it. Certainly Fermanagh will feel that they can do that. Carlow might say that defensively they'd have a bit of work to contain the Wicklow attack. But who knows if that comes about. For one of these teams, the journey ends today. For the other, they'll advance and play Limerick in a championship semi-final. So again, Sarah McCarville pushing up down that right-hand side. She's making great strides down there, carrying the ball forward. Possibly pushed Emer Smith a little bit too far wide with the ball, however. Didn't give the Derry Gonley player a great chance to push out and win possession. So instead, it's a Carlow possession. Not entirely sure what Kieran McKeever is whistling about, but he is not content, let's put it that way. One of the finest ever Far Side cartoons was two cows talking to each other, and the female cow turns to her husband and says, "Wendell, I'm not content." I don't know if we have any Far Side followers out there, but I'm a big fan of it myself. But and the rest of you are wondering what is that lad going on about? But sure, look. As I say, you can see the pictures in front, and that's what you're really here for, not to be listening to the ramblings of this Offaly man exiled in Roscommon talking about Carlow and Fermanagh ladies football. Here we go again, battle ball being fought for at midfield. Sarah Doyle was in between two Fermanagh players, but she drew the foul, and it's been worked to Evine Gilmartin, and that's a straight long ball. What way will this break? It's been won again. I think Rachel Sawyer coming on to it here now. She goes around Sarah McCarville. She's created the overlap. It's opening up for her. Rachel Sawyer going for the low shot. Didn't get a huge amount of power behind it. And Shauna Murphy is able to deal with it and get the ball back out. But that opened up there for Rachel Sawyer very, very much. She kind of slalomed around Sarah McCarville. She went the long way around. Just a little bit kind of slightly heavier legs from the Fermanagh wing back. and McCarville was in. She just didn't get the purchase on the shot that she would have hoped for. Fermanagh repelled the attack. Fermanagh now look to rebuild with Aoife Flanagan and Katie Boyle, but they just fumbled that possession in midfield. It's play on, it's Sarah Doyle. There's now a good few Fermanagh players caught forward, but I have to say the Carlow half-forward line is playing very, very deep here. It's Niamh Kelly coming onto the ball now. Doesn't connect with that hand pass. There isn't a huge amount of support inside. Carlow clearly deciding whether it was the fact that they conceded, I think it was, I'm going to say off the top of my head, 3-15 they conceded to Wicklow in the first game. Probably felt that defensive work needed to be addressed. Joanne Doonan with a great run. Links up perfectly with Emer Smith. Emer Smith, hand pass inside to Blaheen Bogue. These are the three dangerous players in the Fermanagh attack. They linked up well, they connected well, but just not the finish they would have looked for. Blaheen Bogue shooting under a little bit of pressure there. Emer Smith intercepts that kick out. She's in here now, looks to shoot with the soccer style shot. And Nicole Hanley is able to make up for a mistake with the kick out and get the ball clear. Possibly Emer Smith should have lifted that ball and kept going there. She did very, very well to intercept it and get the touch in. She might have just felt there was a bit of pressure coming on and tried to shoot quickly, and she certainly tested the keeper. That's a good ball from Clean and O'Shea. Rachel Sawyer is in again, and that's a wonderful stop from Shauna Murphy. That's a wonderful stop from Shauna Murphy. We have an injury here to Aaron Murphy and at fullback for Fermanagh. Referee's gone in talking to his umpires here. So I'm not sure what decision is being given. It may just have been a stoppage to allow treatment to come on for the Fermanagh player who's down hurt. But though he is given a free in for Carlow here. Now Carlow would have been in possession, but that would suggest an indirect free kick. But first thing here, Erin Murphy of Kinawley, she's down, she's on the ground, and she does look hurt here. So we'll have to see what the situation with that is first and foremost. But it was a lovely quick break, fantastic pass in. Some of the ball into the forward line has been very, very good here because both teams are dropping sweepers back. So you need to be very, very accurate with your delivery. You need to kick it from the right position. You need to get far enough in that you can connect straight away, take the sweeper out of the game. That was an absolutely inch-perfect pass from Clean and O'Shea inside towards Rachel Sawyer. Sawyer has one goal to her name already. She's had a couple of other chances now, but you certainly couldn't fault the work of Shauna Murphy in the Fermanagh goal there. The Enniskillen player, really, really brilliant save. Stood big, reduced the angle. She wasn't given an easy finish into either corner, and she was able to get a block on it, and that made all the difference. So we're still waiting for treatment here for Erin Murphy. Doesn't bode particularly well now. Clean and O'Shea standing over the free, hoping that she'll be able to extend the lead out to 3 points. And like I said, the wind advantage is favouring Carlow in this half, but anyone watching Fermanagh's style of football would realise that playing into the wind won't discommode them too much. Playing into the wind, so like their style of play won't change hugely just because they'll have a little bit of a breeze behind them. Though I would say playing into the wind might make life a little bit more difficult for Carlow, because as I was pointing out earlier, Rachel Sawyer, Clean and O'Shea, they're kind of playing very, very far forward. Evine Gilmartin is kind of a link. She's taken a reasonably advanced position, but it's still more of a half-forward position. And otherwise then, players like Sarah Doyle and Maria Kinsella, they're dropping back a long way back. So to get support up to those players would be tough. And that's why when it's quick ball forward and those Carlow attackers can beat their direct opponents in a one-on-one battle, that's not a huge issue. But if the ball doesn't come in as quickly because of the wind, or it slows up a little bit in the wet ground, that changes everything. It's all to play for, as they say. Clean and O'Shea taps over that free. That's a goal and 3 points for the midfielder. Well, named midfielder, but playing full forward. So goal and 3 points. That wonderful finish for the early goal, and of course 3 frees to her name now. 2-4 to 1-4. Carlow on the attack again with Sarah Doyle. Right-footed kick, but it looks like that's been well read by Sarah Jane Jones. No, out in front is the Carlow player. Rachel Sawyer wins it again, and Carlow get the chance to rebuild here now. Very, very comfortable on the ball. Like that Carlow Camogie player as well, so she's definitely used to the physical exchanges. She already has one score off her left foot. She went for a second one there, but Didn't quite get the contact she would have looked for. It skewed off the outside of the boot and goes quite spectacularly wide, to be honest. 2-4 to 1-4. Fermanagh with the restart. We have about 6 minutes of normal time to go before half time. I would have said there wasn't much stoppage time to come, but that was before that injury to Aaron Murphy, so I'd say we still could have up to 10 minutes still to play here. Good run here from Aisling O'Brien. That's a long ball forward, but the Carlow sweeper's in excellent position. That's what I was talking about. If you're going to hit the full forward line with long ball, you've got to hit them from a bit further forward, that you take the sweeper out of the game. That kind of delivery is just going to be mopped up all day by an extra defender, and certainly Una Fitzpatrick made that look very, very easy. Kieran McKeever signals a free there. If I was to look at his gesture, I would say the free is for bad rock the boat dancing, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's not what he's looking for here. So that of course begs the question, is there such a thing as good rock the boat dancing? I don't know that there is. I have to say we've a lot of traditions to Irish weddings here. That's one I could do without. There's many things I've missed about 2020 in lockdown, but rock the boat at a wedding is not one of them. Long ball down here towards Clean and Ishe. Tries to cut inside Molly McGloin. Molly McGloin does well though, forces her out. As they say, GA statisticians are all about that now. It's not just about getting the tackle and the turnover. Sometimes if you force them back in the wrong direction, it's to count those as well. And that was brilliantly done by Molly McGloin. Put Clean and Ishe under a huge amount of pressure, and eventually the over-carrying call comes, and Fermanagh get the chance to rebuild. Worked out here towards the left wing. Sarah Jane Jones connecting with Katie Boyle. Back to Jones now. Looking for the hand pass inside towards Aisling Maguire. This is not quite as zippy as some of Fermanagh's run and play, but that's a good ball. And again, Blaheen Bogue. She's all energy there. Delivery again doesn't quite match it though. And it's hoovered up. It's well won at the back by Caoimhe O'Neill. Antoinette Dowling now. Sloppy hand pass. Chance that's up for possession. And it's been won by Ellen Atkinson. But that was a possession that was there to be won for Fermanagh. And if Fermanagh took possession there, we could have been in a turnover breakaway situation. Well done here. Niamh Kelly out on the far wing. Connects with Sarah Doyle. Good run now down the right hand side. The question is, who can she connect with? She's either going to have to hit the target from a tough angle. Did she do it? No, she didn't. She pushed it across the goals. And by my count, that's Fermanagh's first wide of the game. If it's a failure, I would just like to point out, it wouldn't be that I can't count to one, it's more that I mightn't have noted it on my sheets if it happened already. But I'm fairly sure that that's for Carlow's first wide of the game. They definitely have been far more efficient. Fermanagh again with Sarah McCarville now carrying the ball forward. Worked in here towards Aisling Maguire. We're retaining possession quite well, but this is the point where you've got to be more efficient. And you just see there, I don't know if you picked up on that on the screens, but that ball, you wouldn't have picked up on the sound, but there was an absolute thud as that long ball from Roisin O'Reilly landed in the sod here, and it just, I'd say it only sat up about 2 inches, and it sounded as if the ball was being punctured on landing. So that's the conditions. That's a wonderful tackle from Aisling O'Brien. Great run forward from Niamh Ford. But what a tackle from behind. Absolutely perfectly timed to just slap the ball away and steal possession. But Carlow win it back. Evine Gilmartin here now. Hand pass outside towards Sawyer. We know she's going to be happy to drive for goal. Cuts in on the right foot and slots it over the bar. Sniff of a goal there, but she probably felt, okay, last goal chance didn't go well for her. We need to make sure Carlow keep adding the scores before half time, build up that lead and give them something to defend. And they have it right now. 2 goals and 5 points to Carlow. 1 goal and 4 points to Fermanagh with 2 minutes of normal time to go here. Referee taking a firm line on physios on the wrong side of the field. You definitely hate to see that. I'm not sure who the Carlow physio was going into, but one way or another, he's been told that's not where you belong. Get over on the stand side. Niamh Ford wins that Fermanagh kick out. She's under a bit of pressure there. Goes for the quick free outside towards Niamh Kelly. Well worked in again towards Rachel Sawyer. She's kicked one score with her left foot. Decides not to take that one on. Instead comes back towards Sarah Doyle. Sarah Doyle. Again, she's been forced back. There's kind of an arc of Fermanagh defenders, maybe 5 metres outside the semicircle here. But there's a good run in behind if Carlow can link up. Instead, we go back to Caoimhe O'Neill. Now inside towards Clean and Ishe, being tracked by Molly McGloin. Molly McGloin has actually done well on her the last couple of balls that have went in. And again, Carlow have to recycle here and decide we're going to reset, we're going to do this differently. Maria Kinsella inside, looking for Evie Gilmartin, doesn't find her. Pressure being put on by Shannon McQuaid, but Niamh Kelly finds a little bit of space, gets her shot away, but doesn't get the shot off the ground. And well done by Shauna Murphy in the Fermanagh goal. As somebody who wouldn't have been the most talented junior footballer during my own playing days, I often get asked, as they say, to make up numbers, and sometimes that involves togging out in goal. I have to say, I would rather see a badger coming at me furious and angry than have to deal with a 30-metre shot bouncing a yard in front of me in mucky ground that could scoot anywhere. Those would absolutely give me nightmares. So well done for Shauna Murphy in the Fermanagh goal there. But then I suppose I can't be judging inter-county goalkeepers by the standards of this failed Junior B. So my apologies to Shauna Murphy for comparing her. She deserves far better than that. Quick restart from Fermanagh here. Roisin O'Reilly now taking possession, looking for the long ball. Again, Bláithín Bogue. She's the link between kind of that long ball and trying to get the ball into the real danger players. Sure enough, Bogue gets the ball inside towards Emer Smith. It's a very tough angle. She's on her favourite right foot, but she decides that's a bit too far out. We come back towards Bogue here, and that's not a particularly good use of the ball now. I have to say it would take a very very strong clean contact to be getting the ball over the bar from there. It was a low percentage shot and it really isn't what you want to be trying to take on. I have to say I was fortunate enough to be in O'Moore Park last night for the meeting of Dublin and Westmeath in the Leinster Men's Football Championship, and you really see the source of Dublin's brilliance. I was counting back. They had 15 points in the first half. They took just 17 shots, and I counted no shot was taken from outside 32 metres out from goal. And that's really what it's all about. It's about the fact that if you have possession, you've got to work it to make sure your shots are high percentage chances. And that was not what Fermanagh did there. Instead, they shot their sixth wide of the half. So something definitely for Johnny Garrity to think about and for his players to think about. Because initially, Bláithín Bogue's first ball into the full forward line was exactly what you would have wanted. Low ball, well won by Emer Smith. But then in that situation, she probably just felt the options weren't great. Didn't have a huge amount of good choices to make. So she went for the shot herself. But, I mean, maybe I'm being a little harsh to say, barring you're shooting it out of a cannon now in cold ground like this, or cold air and wet ground like this, you'd be doing very, very well to put the ball over the bar from 40 metres. Fermanagh reset here now. It's Aisling O'Brien on the ball. Very young player, bright future ahead of her. She's all action here now, and I have to say her technique has really impressed me here now, both on and off the ball. Gets the ball away to Joanne Doonan. We know she can break tackles. Sure enough, she's gone past 3 tacklers now. Shoots off her right foot, but it doesn't. It's after pushed wide again. That's her second shot of the game and her second wide of the game. So Joanne Doonan, she's clearly able to take tacklers out of the game, but just what she's doing at the end of it all is not what Fermanagh would have hoped for. Nicole Hanley goes for the long restart again, but that's straight down the throat of Aoife Flanagan. Aoife Flanagan, ball worked inside towards Emer Smith. Emer Smith bursts past the defender but doesn't quite retain possession. Bláithín Bogue now goes for the chip lift. Tries to get a shot away with the right foot. Joanne Doonan is fighting for it, but that's really well done in the Carlow backline. That's brilliant work by the Carlow defender, Antoinette Dowling. That's outstanding. She knew she had to win that ball. That was one of those situations. She just had to come up with it, or it would have been a surefire Fermanagh goal. And she put her body on the line. She got in between 2 players, and she did not let go of that ball. It was not going to be wrestled from her grasp. Brilliantly done. So Carlow again with the attack, coming out here towards Evie Gilmartin. Under heavy pressure here. Manages to get the ball away. Long ball coming down now. This time being fought for by Clean and Ishe. Clean and Ishe initially breaks past the tackler, but then is hit at the second attempt by Molly McGloin, and that's enough to kind of force Carlow to go backwards. Sarah Doyle coming onto it now. Back towards Ishe. She's pushing out wide right. We're already nearly 4 minutes over here, and it just means that the Carlow attack, they don't manage to get a shot off at the end of it, because time runs out on them. We were in the 4th minute of stoppage time there now. I have to say I was quite enthralled by this. I didn't notice stoppage time creeping up on me there. And the 4 minutes of added time, which is roughly what you would have expected Kieran McKeever to add on, is exactly what was played. Carlow don't get a shot off at the end of that attack, but they will be the happier side at half time. They lead by 2 goals and 5 points to 1 goal and 4. Like I said, wind advantage to come for Fermanagh in the second half. So certainly not gone for the Erin County by any means whatsoever. But at the same time, call me a card player. I'd always prefer to have a top pair in my hand than a flush straight draw hoping to hit something. I prefer to have the scores on the board, and Carlow are the team with the scores on the board. It's half time here at Lanlera GA Club in Dunleer in Louth. It is Carlow 2 goals and 5 points, Fermanagh 1 goal and 4 points. It is all to play for with a semi-final slot against Limerick on the line. We'll be back in about 8 to 10 minutes as soon as these teams tog out. Thanks for tuning in to us. I hope you enjoyed the first half, and I hope and believe you'll enjoy the second half as well. Welcome back here to Dunleer. We're 30 minutes away from deciding who will go advance to play Limerick in the semi-finals of the TG4 All-Ireland Ladies Junior Championship. It's been a very, very competitive contest so far. Carlow leading by 4 points at half-time. Fermanagh, though, with the win behind them in the second half, and certainly with plenty of scoring threat. First half there, we saw Fermanagh with 7 wides in total to 1 from Carlow. So efficiency has been key for the Leinster County so far in this game. I'm just looking around to see, are there any changes on either side? I don't see any unfamiliar faces. I'm looking to see, now there's one Fermanagh corner forward over there that I can't quite see a number on. I'm wondering, it could be, oh no, it is Aisling O'Brien. Sorry, my apology. No, Laura Grew here. Laura Grew is still involved. So we are back underway here, and Carlow win the first possession through Niamh Ford. Ball dinked down here. Oh, and just squeezes between the legs of Rachel Sawyer and Erin Murphy, who took that hit in the first half. She's able to win possession. Joanne Doonan here now. Joanne Doonan takes possession. Strong kick down, looking for Bláithín Bogue. Oh, that's a lovely pick up, beats the defender. Bláithín Bogue is inside, left-footed shot, and straight between the posts. We're not even a minute gone in this game, just about 30 seconds, and straight away Fermanagh have ate into that lead with Bláithín Bogue shooting her second point of the game. 1-2 in total for the centre forward for Fermanagh. 2-5 to 1-5. That is the start that the Ulster women would have wanted. And now they have a chance to add to it again. Joanne Doonan hits in that sideline ball into a very, very congested central area. Sarah Doyle comes up with possession. Gets the hand pass out here, but now there's a lot of pressure here on Antoinette Dowling. She has 3 Fermanagh players around her, manages to shovel the ball back out towards Sarah Doyle, and Carlow can try and spread this game a little bit wider and maybe find a little bit of space. Instead they go in. Una Fitzpatrick now taken into the tackle. Amy Hanley as well. Oh, free out for Carlow. Didn't see a huge amount going on there, but they had possession anyway, so they probably would have been able to engineer the clearance. Short play from Amy Hanley out here towards Evine Gilmartin. This is very, very tight and congested from Carlow, but they find a way to extract themselves free. Ellen Atkinson now. Hand pass outside towards the wing, towards Maria Kinsella. Working down here towards Clean and Nishay. Her battle with Molly McGloin has been absolutely crucial here. Nishay gets inside her, and there's a free coming. Probably a little bit too far out to be scoring distance, however. But at the same time, there is a free coming. So Clean and Nishay herself will try and put this between the posts from, I'd say, maybe only about 7-8 metres inside the left-hand sideline and just outside the 20-metre line. I would say, if anything, that breeze has freshened up at half-time. Or maybe I'm just getting cold, one or the other. But either way, the breeze is favouring Fermanagh in this half. Clean and Nishay's kick, that's going to drop short, and that is going to drop wide. So that just shows the difference in the breeze right there. So it's going to be a back-to-the-wall effort, I would say, for Carlow in this half. But they do have a 3-point lead. Now, a 3-point lead, that can be over in the blink of an eye. One little rattle of twine, and that lead is gone. But Carlow on the attack here again. Sarah Doyle takes possession. Looks to dink that ball inside. This is well done by Cueve O'Neill. By Clean and Nishay. Clean and Nishay back outside here towards Rachel Sawyer, but she overhits that. But it's misjudged by Katie Boyle. Niamh Kelly comes on to possession now. Niamh Kelly, right-footed shot. She goes across the goal. And already in just 3 minutes of second half football, Carlow have had twice as many wides as they had in the entire first 30 minutes. But look, as long as they're playing the game down at this end of the field, I see behind me, you'll see on the screen the Lanlera Pavilion. So I say shooting into the pavilion end. People were wondering, are we here for a cricket test match? But no, not quite. I promise you, this will not last 5 days. We only have 27 more minutes plus stoppage time still to play here. So no cricket matches here. I could keep making references and talk about how Fermanagh are on a sticky wicket 3 points behind. But no, I'm going to stop now. Long ball forward here. Bláithín Bogue taking possession. Bláithín Bogue shimmies left and right, tries to get past Ellen Atkinson. Atkinson does very, very well, and a little bit of assistance from Una Fitzpatrick means the ball is spilled. Back inside now towards Emer Smith. Emer Smith, can she turn onto her right foot? She can. Oh, that's a lovely strike. She is just absolutely devastating when she gets any sight on goal. That's her 4th point of the contest. So that's now Fermanagh up to a goal and 6 points. Already the lead has been halved. 1-6 to Fermanagh, 2-5 to Carlow. And straight away, you would say Fermanagh looking in a much, much better position. But Emer Smith, she really is. She is one of the most prodigious players in the ladies' football game at the moment. Still a teenager, even though she made her senior debut for Fermanagh all of 3 years ago. She's just an absolutely devastating finisher. Strongly right-footed, but well able to finish off her left if she can. But you just saw there with that arcing kick, it was just so natural. She just swiveled and straight in one fluid movement and straight between the posts. So now we're just waiting here for treatment. I'm going to say, looking at who's standing up, I can't quite see the player. No, it's Una Fitzpatrick who's down. Certainly, she'd be a strong physical defender. She'd be well able to take a hit, so there'll be no problem there. And Fermanagh rebuild again towards Carlow rebuild again with Niamh Ford in possession now. Ball goes out here towards the sideline. Sarah Doyle taking possession. Ball back inside. From Carlow working it through with Caoimhe O'Neill. Caoimhe O'Neill out here towards Ellen Atkinson. Ellen Atkinson, she's doing a little bit more attacking in this half. She was very much concentrated on her defensive duties in the first half. Already this is her 2nd run forward in this period. Finds Evine Gilmartin. Ball inside again. Niamh Kelly looking to try and take on the tackler, but referee Kieran McKeever, he has been quite strict when it's come to overcarrying infringements. He's not given an awful lot of leeway, and he's whistled the Carlow corner forward there for that one, and it's going to be a Fermanagh free out. Free out being taken by Aisling Maguire, but she overshoots that one, and it's well read by Maria Kinsella. Maria Kinsella back inside towards Evine Gilmartin, being tackled from behind. Can she get the shot away? She does get the shot away, but it doesn't matter because the whistle had already been blown. It's going to be a free to Carlow just inside the semicircle. Good chance for Carlow to get their first score of this half here and try and shift the momentum of this game a little bit, which has definitely shifted towards Fermanagh since the restart of the game. We have another stoppage here now. It looks like Sarah McCarville who's down there being treated at the moment. I didn't see any particular contact, but at the same time, like that, heavy ground like this, you could easily get your foot caught in the surface, get a twisted ankle, anything like that, very, very easily. Referee is there. He's talking to his linesman Omar Devaney, another fellow Armagh man, Kieran McKeever from Ballyhegan, Omar Devaney from Armagh Harps. So they're having a chat and discussing the state of the world among themselves. Reaching a note of agreement. Lessons for US politicians everywhere there. So, Cliona Nishe is standing over this free. Steps up, swings it in with the right boot, and sure enough, straight between the posts. That's her 4th free of the game. 1-4 for Cliona Nishe so far, and 2-6 for Carlow in total. Both teams with just 2 scorers so far. Cliona Nishe and Rachel Sawyer for Carlow. Blaheen Bogue and Emer Smith for Fermanagh. Ball coming out here and it's a contested possession. It's well done there by Roisin O'Reilly, but the ball breaks back on the Carlow side and it's Niamh Murphy coming onto possession now. Niamh Murphy, ball dinked in here towards the corner. Rachel Sawyer, you can tell already like she's gritting her teeth. She's having to put a little bit more effort in this half. Steps inside Erin Murphy. Can't get the shot away, however. Has to recycle back towards Niamh Murphy. Niamh Murphy, again Carlow still in possession. Fermanagh haven't executed the turnover. Now it's just about what do we do to try and unlock the defence. By my count, there's maybe 22 players, all within 35 metres of the Fermanagh goal here, so it definitely won't be easy. Sure enough, there's the spill and Shannon McQuaid makes the turnover. Ball cleared by Aoife Flanagan. Great chance now for Blaheen Bogue. Lovely ball forward. That's a lovely ball to be attacked there by Laura Grew. Laura Grew back outside here now. Chance for Joanne Doonan. Hasn't been on the score sheet so far, but that's the one she was looking for. 2 wides in the first half, and sure enough, straight between the posts there. That was a lovely move from Fermanagh, well worked. All came from the turnover by Shannon McQuaid. Fermanagh got good pressure. Fermanagh got very, very good pressure on the Carlow attackers when they came in, and when they came in. They were able to force the spill, and once the spill was forced, they were able to take advantage from there. I see a switch on the Fermanagh side. It's Laura Grew making way. So it's just a question of who's come in. I'll keep an eye on it, and I'll let you know as soon as I'm sure. I suspect it could be Sarah McCausland. It is indeed. Sarah McCausland comes in. Another Fermanagh player with plenty of experience, has a couple of years on the panel, was involved last year. Didn't start last year's intermediate or last year's junior final against Louth, but was heavily involved the whole way through. Great chance for Carlow here. Oh, didn't quite get the hand pass away. Rachel Sawyer was in. If she had managed to connect with Evie Gilmartin, it would have been 1-on-1 in front of goals. Instead, lovely rob from Molly McGloin. I've been hugely impressed with Molly McGloin in this game so far. She's done a very, very strong defensive job in difficult circumstances. And that was an absolutely massive rob there. Hugely consequential, because if that hand pass had connected, that was, I would say, long odds on to be a Fermanagh goal. Or sorry, to be a Carlow goal even. And a Carlow goal at this stage, right now 1-7 to 2-6, a Carlow goal would have completely changed the complexion of this game. As it is, Fermanagh with momentum. Shannon McQuaid has the ball as well. Shannon McQuaid steps inside tacklers, comes back towards Roisin O'Reilly. Not entirely sure what the whistle was for. Doesn't really change anything. Ball in towards Emer Smith. Emer Smith with the low shot. Wonderful finish. Could that be the game changer? She just got that little split second of separation from her marker, and that was all she needed. Anne Roach was able to recover. She was able to get back in possession, or not in possession. She was able to get back up to the shoulder of Emer Smith. But it didn't matter. The chance was there. Low shot, perfectly placed across the goal. Emer Smith, her first goal of this game, to go with 4 points. And that is an absolutely vital score. Fermanagh hit the front for the first time since, I'm going to say, I think they led by 2 points to 1, or they certainly led before Carlow's first goal. But it's Fermanagh's first lead since very, very early in the game. Now, pressure on Carlow from here. What can Carlow do? That's not what they would have wanted. Misplaced pass, intercepted by Aisling O'Brien, and now Fermanagh rebuild. Substitute Sarah McCausland gets her first possession of the game so far. Now, ball worked in here towards Joanne Doonan. She'll certainly carry the ball in and be very happy to do so. Joanne Doonan comes back inside, looking for Emer Smith. Overshoots her a little bit. Katie Boyle fighting for it instead. But well done, Niamh Kelly. Niamh Kelly works the ball outside. Looks for the return pass. Takes the return pass. Now, looks to connect with Rachel Sawyer. Just she has a little bit of ground. That ball probably needed to be delayed a split second longer. Sawyer takes off. Burst past Erin Murphy. Sawyer inside. 4 defenders around her now. Still gets her shot away. That is a fantastic work. It was great break out of defence from Niamh Kelly, but there still was a world of work to do for Rachel Sawyer when she took possession there. She was 40 metres out, back to goal. She had to carry the ball through. By the time she shot, there was 4 Fermanagh defenders around her, and she still produced the finish that she needed. So really, really well done. So, draw match here. This could go any direction. Roisin O'Reilly fires that ball down, looking again for Joanne Doonan. Joanne Doonan, you'd have expected her to be a dominant influence on this game. Didn't really happen in the first half, but she's certainly making her presence felt this time around. 1 point to her name already and getting on a lot more ball. Ball out here now towards Una Fitzpatrick, girl who's recovered from injury and playing a huge role in today's game. Very, very strong defensively. Ball work back here towards Ellen Atkinson. Carlow again rebuild at midfield. What can they do here to try and open up this Fermanagh defence? It's now Sarah Doyle coming on possession. Sarah Doyle finds Niamh Murphy. It's all very, very tight in the middle third. They're not really using the width too much. Caoimhe O'Neill now. She's been playing the defensive midfielder role. Finally steps into the attack. Rachel Sawyer, no doubt, confidence high after that last point. This time the shot comes in from Evie Gilmartin. It's spilled. Cliona O'Shea trying to put pressure on Shauna Murphy here, but it's worked out towards Molly McGloin, and Fermanagh execute the clearance. This really could go any direction. Carlow need to shift momentum. They had a 4-point lead at half time. That lead has been completely wiped out. They actually briefly trailed by a point before that score from Rachel Sawyer. They need to turn things back around again. Ball out here looking for Maria Kinsella, but it scoots out over the sideline. Fermanagh back in control of this game, in control of the ball here. We're looking at, is it possibly another substitution here? No. Linesman just flagging for a sideline ball. I thought for a minute. No, actually, we are looking at a substitution. I see Katie Boyle has stepped away here. Katie Boyle has stepped away, so it's just a question of who's gone in to replace her. Again, I'll have a quick look and see can I identify who ran in, because they went on quite sneakily. I didn't notice them. It was Brenda Bannon from Derrygonnelly. Brenda Bannon from Derrygonnelly comes in to replace Katie Boyle. You can understand Katie Boyle, very, very talented young footballer, but I'm going out on a limb and saying she's possibly, if she's not the youngest player on this Fermanagh team, she's the second youngest. So you could understand she could tire. Ball inside here towards Niamh Murphy. Or Niamh Kelly. Not the finish she would have wanted. She probably needed to carry that a bit closer towards goal. Hit it up at a good height for Shauna Murphy in the Fermanagh goal, and she was able to deal with it. Ball back outside here now towards Aoife Flanagan. Aoife Flanagan carrying the ball into the tackle, and is accused of playing the ball on the ground when she had her knees down. So Caoimhe O'Neill takes possession now. Back towards Una Fitzpatrick. This feels like an absolutely pivotal stage in this game. This is the period where really one side needs to take the game by the scruff of the neck. Any side that's able to establish a bit of a lead here, it'd be very, very hard for momentum to shift the other way. Ellen Atkinson now, she's looking to be the one to show a little bit of leadership to this Carlow side. Finds Maria Kinsella back out towards Cleana Nishay. She certainly can score off her right boot if she can get the space. Molly McGloin tackling hard. Molly McGloin forces her to go backwards. Again, I know I'm being repetitive, but I really appreciate good cornerback play, and we're certainly seeing it here from McGloin. Kick coming in here from Caoimhe O'Neill, but that one drops short too. Carlow are getting a little vein of possession here, but they're not making a count on the scoreboard. Ashley Maguire carrying the ball out now for Fermanagh. Ashley Maguire, that's a lovely run from the substitute Brenda Bannon. Even if she doesn't get the ball, she's taken the defence away, created that little bit of extra space for Maguire, and sure enough feeds Aisling O'Brien. Aisling O'Brien still full of running. She looks to link up with Joanne Doonan. Joanne Doonan will step inside the tackler. Can she get her shot away? No, she's looking for Blaheen Bogue. Blaheen Bogue in heavy traffic. Can she get the shot? No, she can't. Ellen Atkinson pulls the ball away. Referee has blown his whistle. Is he given a penalty? He is given a penalty. He's after touching the sole of his boot. He's touching his boot there as if he's signalling a foot block. That's a different interpretation of what I would have seen. But look, as to say, Kieran McKeever he's the man in black. He's the man with the power. Well, as it happens, I'm wearing black here today too. But that's just because I have a coat on. So that's a slightly different situation entirely. So. Foul on Blaheen Bogue. Emer Smith steps up to the penalty, taking on Nicole Hanley. It really does feel like this is going to be an absolute pivotal moment in this game. If Emer Smith, she's already scored one fantastic goal in this game. If she finds the target here, you feel Fermanagh will kick on. Can she finish? That is inch perfect. That is a perfectly precise finish. Stroked inside the post. Absolutely right on the nut of where you would want to put that ball. That's a fantastic finish, and it looks like that could be a huge score for Fermanagh. Smith is on the ball again, looking to try and connect with Blaheen Bogue. This one drifts wide of the target. So all the momentum is now with Fermanagh at the moment as we break for water a second time. We said at half time, a 4-point lead. Fermanagh would have had the win behind them. They would have felt that they could chip that back. Not alone if they chipped that back, they've actually taken the lead. Half time was 2-6 to 1-5. They've outscored Carlow by 2-2 to a point in that third quarter. It's the Australians refer to it as I know it's third day in the Masters is moving day at the Masters. I think do they call it Champions Quarter in Australian rules football or something like that, but shall we say it's significant, let's put it that way. I'm butchering my phrases and my cross-sport references here, but you'll forgive me. Look, you're forgiving people. You're just here to support your counties. You're not going to go hard on this, butchering commentator making a bags of different phrases. So, Carlow now looking to think, they're looking, what can they do to try and address this? What can they do to try and carve out that little bit of space that they weren't getting in the first that they were getting in the first half, but they aren't getting now because Fermanagh are able to drop players back that little bit quicker. Mark Keating speaking with his team. Carlow, like we referred to before, they haven't had much joy in ladies football over the last couple of years, whether that's either in league or championship. So they've brought on board Mark Keating, a Laois man. Laois obviously have a very, very strong track record in ladies football, going well again this year. Excellent win over Sligo. Excellent win over Sligo last week in Kiltoom. So they're in good shape as well. As so Mark Keating from Ballyfin managed Port Laois, managed Laois Minors, so he knows all about high level ladies football. I'm looking, we definitely have a Carlow substitution here. I'm trying to identify who it is. Maria Kinsella is the player to make way. And I can see the Carlow substitute here, so I'll just keep my eyes on her. And as soon as I see a number on the jersey, I'll tell you who has come in to replace Maria Kinsella. I don't see any switches on the Fermanagh team. That's a dangerous kick out, and Roisin O'Reilly is going to be able to put pressure on. Ball comes here. I think that's the substitute. That is the substitute. The substitute is Ava Kiernan. Just 17 years of age coming on. This is a tough environment to put on a 17-year-old to try and break a game. But I suppose, look, you have to play every card in your deck here. Rachel Sawyer cutting in. Oh, no advantage. That was a goal chance. She was at a tight angle, but she was at a very, very tight angle. But I have to say, if she had been given the chance to shoot, if I was Rachel Sawyer, I'd have been an awful lot happier to take the shot on goal than come back for the free. Now, you would expect the Clean and Ishe will put this between the posts. Up high, and again, perfectly accurate. If the posts were only 20% as wide as that still would have gone straight between them. Absolutely inch perfect free. Clean and Ishe takes her tally to 1-5 for the afternoon. 3-7 to Fermanagh. 2-8 to Carlow. Can Carlow follow up with a second score in a row? That's a lovely kick out. Wonderful. Finds Aoife Flanagan. Aoife Flanagan bursts past the tackler. She's far too strong for Niamh Murphy, but it's deemed to be charging. I have to say, I feel a little bit sorry for Aoife Flanagan there. There was a sense that it was only charging because she was just so much more powerful than her opponent. But either way, free to Carlow is what results. Looking to connect with the hand pass. Rachel Sawyer, brave, goes in there, but Molly McGloin gets in and wins the ball and feeds it out here towards Aisling Maguire. Fermanagh restart again. It's just a little bit narrow. I'd say right now, if you were to say on this left half of the field, maybe left 40% of the field. There's a few down the middle channel, but there's nobody out on this flank whatsoever. Joanne Doonan taking possession now. Takes the hand pass from Brenda Bannon. Doonan looks to go across goal, looking to connect with Blauheen Bogue, but it doesn't happen. Ellen Atkinson again. She's really come into this game in this half. I see another Fermanagh substitute waiting to come in here. As Fermanagh try and close out the win. It's very, very close. Here's the substitute coming now. Fermanagh substitute is Carlow. Carlow, and she comes in replacing Aoife Flanagan. So you'd have to assume Carlow just looking to kind of freshen things up. As I said to you earlier, very, very heavy ground here. So it's all a question of trying to, who has the fitness to carry it out to the end, who's able to kind of stay full running, able to break the tackles, because it's always the way in these games, one broken tackle creates an overlap, next thing you have a goal chance, and we're in a situation right now where one goal either way would be absolutely crucial. Carlow may need one to win. If Fermanagh get one, they'll certainly win the game. Ball out here now towards Sarah Doyle. Good work from the substitute Eva Kiernan. She's definitely held her own since coming in. Ball work now towards Rachel Sawyer. Rachel Sawyer carries the ball but decides she has to recycle and go back towards Evine Gilmartin, and again we're back very, very congested. 10 Fermanagh players between Rachel Sawyer and the goal. Rachel takes on 2 tacklers, but that's really well done. Aisling O'Brien forces the spill and the ball runs wide. Carlow dispute that call, but the umpire is happy with this decision. The referee is happy with the decision. And it's going to be a kick out to Fermanagh here. Shauna Murphy standing over Shauna Murphy dinks that ball up short and towards Aisling Maguire. Sarah McCarville now and Molly McGloin. Brenda Bannon coming in again. She's definitely made an impact since coming in. Of the three Fermanagh substitutes that have been brought in, Brenda Bannon is definitely the one catching my eye. Oh, lovely show and go from Emer Smith. Emer Smith, right-footed kick on the turn. Magnificent. That is the only word for that. Just a little subtle show and go. As soon as she took the ball into her chest, she just showed the hand pass. That was enough to give the space to turn and shoot. All she needed was a yard, and she was able to split the posts. That is so, so impressive. And a wonderful score. 3-8 to Fermanagh now at this stage. 3-8 to Fermanagh. 2-5 in total to Emer Smith. She has been absolutely devastating out here today. Shouts coming in from the Carlow sideline. They're getting anxious at this stage. We're going into the last 5 minutes of normal time. Obviously, there'll be a little bit of stoppage time here as well, but they're getting to the stage where they are going to need a goal soon. Niamh Ford carrying the ball in. Does well. Lays the ball off towards Ava Kiernan. Ava Kiernan outside here now towards Niamh Kelly. Can they work an opportunity here? Evine Gilmartin. Ball not gathered at the first attempt by Shauna Murphy, but she does what she needs to do and works it out here towards Sarah McCarville. Doesn't quite connect with that pass from Erin Murphy there, looking to connect with Blaheen Bogue, but doesn't happen for her, and it's going to be a Carlow sideline ball here. Ellen Atkinson with the ball in hand. She's looking back, she's looking inside. What's going to be the easy option? She works it to her midfielder, Cleana Nishay. Or sorry, Cuive O'Neill, my apologies. Cuive O'Neill feeds it back towards Ellen Atkinson. Ellen Atkinson inside towards Antoinette Dowling. Carlow again, this is all so tight, so narrow. They just really have to find a way to try and create more space here, whether that's using more width of the pitch or whatever it is. Niamh Ford decides, no, I'm not going to use width. I'm going to go straight through the middle, and it works. It draws a free 35 metres out from goal. Big opportunity here for Carlow to try and nick that lead back towards 2 points, keep themselves in touch. Maybe they can do this with points only. It's hard to tell. My understanding coming here today was that scoring difference would apply and that it was going to be a case of a draw would do Fermanagh on account of their narrower defeat to Wicklow. That has been called into question. I'm seeking confirmation on that, but it hasn't arrived with me yet. But I'll put it this way, one or another, right now both sides are trying to win this game, but Carlow certainly will feel that they'll want to try and take a win here. They won't want to go out after drawing the game. Cleana Nishay fires in that free, puts it straight between the posts. We're back down to a lead of 2. Have to say I've been very, very fortunate. Myself and the good people of MMC streaming here, we were lucky enough to get stationed in Clane last week for a very enjoyable junior championship match between Limerick and Antrim. Very, very competitive. Limerick pulled away in the end, but really enjoyable contest, was in the balance for long stretches, and we've got another really good one here today as Carlow hanging on to Fermanagh's coattails, trying to stay in touch here. Change on the Carlow side. Evine Gilmartin, very, very strong player. She's make way. She's put in a very, very hard shift, and she's been replaced by her club colleague, by Elaine Ware of Bennekerry Tinryland. Elaine Ware, another player who's had put plenty of good service into the Carlow jersey. Very, very strong performer. She'll have a cool head. She'll be well able to take a chance, and I see she's gone into full forward straight away. So they'll be looking for her. She'll be the type of player, she'll just need one chance to try and finish to the net. Rachel Sawyer carrying the ball in on goals here. What's the decision? Deemed as a trip, and it's going to be another free in for Carlow here. Another free in for Carlow, and they'll get the chance to cut the gap back down to the bare minimum. 3-8 to 2-9 at the moment, 2 points between them. Referee Kieran McKeever, he's signalling here as if he feels that somebody is racking up the fouls. I think he's telling Shannon McQuaid that you're on your last legs. Behave from now on, or else I'll have to start issuing Christmas cards early. Sure enough, Cleana Nishay, 1-7 in total for the midfielder now at this stage. 7 points from frees as she cuts the gap back down to the bare minimum. Can you feel the tension? Can you feel the tension? This could go either direction at this stage. I said momentum was crucial in this game. Fermanagh had it at the start of the second half, but to be fair to Carlow, they're after kicking the last couple of scores in a row. They're now suddenly the team back in the ascendancy. Can they keep pushing on? Ball breaks in behind here. Carlow Bogue hasn't got a chance to take the ball into possession yet, and she doesn't get it there either. Niamh Ford wins it for Fermanagh, but that's a lovely block, Aisling O'Brien. Didn't see an awful lot wrong with that, but sure enough, Niamh Ford, free is won by, it's given to Caoimhe O'Neill, and now worked again for Carlow. Carlow working the ball across the middle here now with Ellen Atkinson. Ellen Atkinson feeds it out here towards Caoimhe O'Neill. Free going in, looking for Cliona Nishay. Cliona Nishay, this time being marked by Sarah McCarville. Nishay, she's driving down the left-hand side. What will she do? Will she look to centre the ball? Will she look to recycle it back? We're looking at recycling it back. Now it's Caoimhe O'Neill. Caoimhe O'Neill inside towards Niamh Ford. She'll certainly run through the tackles. She won't be afraid to do it. Taken on. She's past 2. She's past 3. Over carrying. But to be fair, I don't think it's hugely consequential, because another wonderful tackle from Aisling O'Brien. Aisling O'Brien has number 15 on her back. She's well capable when she's up forward with the ball in possession. But I have to say, her tackling has really impressed me today. Some of her dispossessions have been really superb. She had one stunning one in the first half when she just completely picked the pocket of a Carlow runner coming through. And again there now, lovely defensive play, doesn't give up, doesn't let anyone get past her, and her timing is just sublime. So Brenda Bannon fires that ball forward. Looking here towards Blaheen Bogue. Blaheen Bogue, is she going to just put the hammer down? Drives at Ellen Atkinson. Resets back inside towards Joanne Doonan. Hasn't got possession for a while. Looks to carry that ball in and wins the free. That's a crucial that's a crucial opportunity for a relieving score from a Fermanagh point of view. Joanne Doonan driving at goal, opens up, puts a little bit of pressure on the Carlow defenders. What can they do? They just had to dive in. They had to make a decisive tackle. You don't get recruited by Australian rules football unless you're strong in possession. So they knew they had to be decisive. And the player who went out and played 2 games for Carlton last year down under, it was dragged to ground, and sure enough, this is a free and another opportunity for Emer Smith. In the form that Emer Smith is in today, you could almost write it down before it's gone between the posts. I might as well have written it down before it goes between the posts. That's straight through. 2-6 in total for Emer Smith now. 3-9 for Fermanagh. 2-10 for Carlow. It's 12 scores all. We have another change on the Fermanagh team here. Another change on the Fermanagh team, trying to break things up. Trying to see, can they make a shift? It looks like Blaheen Bogue is going to make way this time. Blaheen Bogue still very, very influential, but again, tiredness is an issue at this stage, and it's Shauna Cassidy who comes in instead. So Shauna Cassidy comes in for Blaheen Bogue as Fermanagh try and close this out. Carlow retain possession, but they're under heavy traffic here now. Caoimhe O'Neill decides that she didn't like the attention there from Emer Smith, and there was an element of get away from me and let me get on with it. Referee agrees, brings the ball forward. Well won here by Cliona Nishay. Cliona Nishay dinks it down towards Rachel Sawyer. Rachel Sawyer, she again looks to run at the opposition defence, but again she's running into heavy traffic. She's managed to cut through. Ball inside here, looks like Sarah Doyle. Back outside towards Cliona Nishay. Elaine Ware here. Elaine Ware, will she get the shot away? No, comes back outside. Who's after taking the shot there? It's pushed wide of the target. It's pushed wide of the target, but that... We talked about how Elaine Ware was brought in for ability to finish, a little bit of experience, cool head, and ability to deliver a big finish if she got the opportunity. Maybe that was the opportunity. We are 3 minutes gone here at this stage, so definitely by now you would say that the goal is what's needed. Linesman put his flag up. Linesman there, Omar Devani, he put his flag up as soon as that was taken. So I don't know, is this going to be a throw ball for taking the kick out from the wrong spot or something like that? No, it's going to be a free. It's going to be a free in. So the question is, does Cliona Nishay go for goal? She goes for goal and it's parried out for a 45. again, like that was a glorious chance, and she obviously has got instruction that we're fairly close to the end of this game, that she felt she couldn't just tap the ball over the bar and look to win the next one. Carlow will get another opportunity here. I don't know if the tension is coming down the airwaves or you can feel it online, but I'm certainly feeling it here. One of these teams is going to have their championship finished very, very soon. Carlow build up again. Ball worked out here towards Queeve O'Neill. She has the power, but can she manage to break through? Rachel Sawyer, definitely dinky runner. Big block down from Emer Smith. My God, scoring 2-6 wasn't enough. She comes in to make a vital defensive intervention, and that's all she wrote. That is the final play of the game. Carlow had their couple of goal chances at the end, but they weren't able to take them. Fermanagh held firm, and they just about edge over the line here to secure an All-Ireland semi-final place. My word, this was dramatic stuff. They came in as favourites, but certainly Carlow and Fermanagh did what they needed to do here today. Really brilliant performance. Backboned, I would say. Emer Smith at one end, her 2-6 was absolutely phenomenal, particularly her first goal. Brilliant finish. But at the other end of the field, I would also highlight some fantastic defensive efforts. I thought Molly McGloin was brilliant. Shauna Murphy made some superb saves, particularly in the first half. And then at midfield again, a lot of hard work done there by Roisin O'Reilly, Blaheen Bogue at centre forward. That was the backbone around which Fermanagh built their success here. But Carlow, they're making strides. They're trying to build a new team. I mentioned before about Old Lecklen and what they're doing on the club scene. And at county level too, they're making forward progress. This wasn't the result they would have hoped for here today, but they're clearly a coming team. They're going well, and they'll take some positive momentum into next year. So, final score here. Fermanagh's 2020 campaign is over for this year. They're all done. Carlow's 2020 campaign is over for this year. Fermanagh get the narrow victory 3-9 to 2-10 that they need. They'll advance to an All-Ireland semi-final clash with Limerick. And we'll bring all the action to you on the LGFA channels, various streaming channels. We're delighted to do it. Maybe supporters will be allowed in at the time, we don't know, but certainly we can guarantee you won't miss a single kick of the action in the TG4 Ladies Championships. My thanks to the LGFA for the opportunity to bring these pictures to you. My thanks to MMC Streaming for their fantastic work, providing the pictures, providing the graphics and all that. I've been Kevin Egan. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it too. And we'll talk to you again soon.